Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys can tell by the title, Jupiter is pumping. And yes, that is correct. About a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks prior to my updates, as I was discussing Jupiter with you guys, a lot of people didn't seem to understand that, Jupiter could actually have, an upside. Because let's face it, the original price of Jupiter obviously was around 83 cents, at the listing. But people tend to forget that, there is usually a sell-off period shortly after because, people just end up selling because, again, at the end of the day, it is free money and everyone has a right to do that. But what you're starting to see happen with Jupiter is it's starting to make its run that was highly anticipated. And of course, there's a lot of major developments recently that has given it that push. And of course, Solana blockchain and, of course, the Solana native token pumping up like crazy as well is also helping Jupiter in a very positive way. So if you can see this for yourself, Jupiter is in the top 100 crypto ranks, officially up 20% on the daily time frame. Not only that, if I were to give it a refresh live for you guys can see this for yourself. So the top 98 spot is its current rank. The price is currently sitting at 96.5 cents, and it's also up 17.8% in Bitcoin comparative over the past 24 hours. Now, if we're focusing on its market cap, it's currently sitting at $1.3 billion. We're very, very close to that psychological price point, which again is at a dollar mark. And again, speaking about the dollar mark, I am expecting that to be a massive hurdle for the price. I think it's going to be hard for it to push above that because, of course, it's such a psychological price point. But with that being said, obviously the fact that it's reaching these levels, we could also see more demand coming in, which could push the price, easily above a dollar. So that is obviously some of the factors that we need to keep in mind. 24-hour trading volume isn't as high as you would expect, but I think this is something that can organically change, currently sitting at $374.3 million. So that's that. A lot of people mentioned the tokenomics about Jupiter. That's what I'm going to kind of discuss, and of course the price as well. But before I do that, as always, just a quick disclaimer. Anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence or research when you are investing in crypto. So a lot of people, talk about the tokenomics. And of course, the tokenomics, the supply is going to increase over time, and obviously that could put a sell pressure. But right now we're in a bull market, and supply unlock isn't happening anytime soon. I think not for the next 8 to 9 months. I think the snapshot will occur in November to the people that were interacting with Jupiter, and then obviously the tokens will be somewhat launched in January of 2025. So something what we saw happen during the airdrop, which was really smooth in my opinion. But that is obviously something you need to keep into consideration, right? If you are not okay with that, then great. You don't have to get into it. But I think in this bull market alone, despite future unlocks, I think this will benefit a lot, especially what's happening with its decentralized platform. If you're looking at its decentralized platform, you can see this for yourself, $1.1 billion in terms of volume, right behind Uniswap. And it's really giving pressure, and pressure is being felt. Don't get me wrong, pressure is being felt. Obviously, now that we've seen Solana blockchain, Solana's DeFi absolutely exploding. We literally saw $300 million flow into the Solana ecosystem in just the last day alone, after obviously the significant push, Solana reaching $166. That is huge. And guess what that's going to do? People are still farming. People are going to still farm. And of course, people are going to still farm not just other protocols. People are going to farm Jupiter airdrop too, because there's more Jupiter airdrops in the future. Because of course, the entire supply isn't unlocked as of now. And, they made it clear that people that interact, there's going to be Jupiter every year. And, that is bringing in more hype to Jupiter as well. But since that announcement of staking came, where people that stake could have, a say, a vote to see which project can get to, the listing on the launchpad. Since that announcement alone, we've seen Jupiter just turn things around. It's turned its overall motors around, and we're seeing significant move. You can see this for yourself just on March 5th. Just on March 5th, It was at 56.4 cents. If you picked it up around that price point, you are up right now 80.55%. So definitely, crazy price action happening. And honestly, we're approaching that dollar price point very, very fast. We're looking at only a move of about 2.53%. So maybe even after I upload this video, we could officially touch a dollar price point. Might see a rejection. I'm personally projecting a rejection unless we see a massive amounts of buy orders come in at that price point, which just are too much for the supply, which can push this towards the upside. But just as I said to you guys in that update, which was the previous update, this staking is huge because this incentivizes people that are staking. That gives people a voice to vote and actually feel like they took part of something great. And not only that, obviously this is me speculating, but maybe there is a higher allocation for whichever project does get listed on the launchpad. So these are some factors we need to keep in mind. We do know the volume, like the fees that are collected, certain percentage of that does go to the stakers, and obviously that is going to attract people. But this is insane. This stuff is insane. We're in price discovery mode at this point. You can't even do too much technical analysis. But anyone that was hating on Jupiter around this price point or did not see the vision, I'm sure are kicking themselves right now because Jupiter is reaching the psychological price point of $1. And on top of that, just look at it for yourself. Jupiter Exchange Perps platform has generated $34 million in fees since the launch. So 70% of the fees generated go to JLP pool. And on top of that, you can see obviously we broke up to that 94 cents, and we're even higher than that right now. Obviously Bitcoin momentum is helping Jupiter currently, but I think there's more to it. I think there's more demand coming in. The demand has increased, and the more stakers stake Jupiter, guess what that does? Not a lot of people understand this. That means there's less Jupiter to be purchased. So supply and demand, basic economic rule. Supply and demand. What does that mean? When there is a lack of supply and the demand is higher, price can shoot up faster than you think. And is this a coincidence? The fact that right after that announcement came out, we are seeing this massive upwards trend. But of course, we do need to keep Solana's price in consideration as well, because Solana price is on an absolute tear. And obviously, this is one of the biggest aggregators on Solana. So obviously, this is going to gain traction. And let's face it, it didn't really have a move after, the listing. It's just pretty much in a downwards trajectory. But loving what I'm seeing. Shout out to the people that picked up, Jupiter around this range. I'm personally thinking, this is going to be a shocker. Why wouldn't it do something what Uniswap did, right? That's the question that we get on a day-to-day basis. It's really out here competing with Uniswap, and as the Solana blockchain increases more and more traction, I think this could be a huge winner just based off of that. But again, that's my own personal opinion. Do let me know down below what you guys personally think. Thank you so much for all your support. We'll see you tomorrow in Crypto ZX, and peace out.